Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Marwa. This is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the TOEFL, for the online course called the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. And wow, you sent me an email. The subject thing says, please help me. You have exclamation mark 3 times. So that means this is an emergency. So let's take a look at your specific situation, and I think I can give you some information to kind of get you going in the right direction. You have, I want your help as soon as possible. I took the TOEFL IBT 5 times, but I didn't get satisfied score. I don't know why. I studied very well before the exams. Really, I need your help to get 100 on the TOEFL. The highest score I got was 68. I want to apply in a Ph.D. program in a pharmacy school, and they need at least 81 in the TOEFL. My next exam is January 18th. I need to get at least 85. What can I do? The most difficult parts were reading and listening. The highest score in the reading was 15 and 18 in the listening. I want to join your online courses. Actually, I don't know how to join your courses. I want to know, how are the lessons recorded or live? If it is live, please give me the time. I need your help in the reading part as soon as possible. I'm so depressed. All right, I can understand your pain. I don't know if it'll make you feel any better, but I did know a student one time who took the TOEFL test 16 times and actually never passed. So my first piece of advice is, stop taking the TOEFL test for right now. You need to take a break from your TOEFL and start working on your basic English proficiency skills. I can tell even from your writing here, you still need some vocabulary practice. You need to work on your grammar a little bit. You simply need more exposure with the language. Now, let me give you an honest opinion here. So if your score is 68, you can reasonably expect, if you work really hard and study the right materials, you can hope for about 5 to 10 points higher for each month that you study. So even in a best case situation, if you want to get 85, so you have 78, 88, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 months to get above 85. That's if you study the right materials and you study diligently every day and you follow my advice I'm going to give you right now. Now, if you want to get 100, you're probably looking, based on your existing score right now, I'm guessing 6 to 8 months would probably be a reasonable guess as to how long it will take you to go from 68 to 100. That's a big jump. I mean, you're talking about really, really advancing your academic English proficiency skills. Now, let's talk about my course for a minute, and then let me answer some of your questions before I forget. So you say, I don't know how to join your courses. Okay, to join my course, go to go to bettertoeflscores.com. That takes you to my home page. On that page, click on the link where it says join. And then there's another button on the next page which says subscribe. So basically what you have to do, Marwa, is you have to create a PayPal account and then make a payment to my online course. The good news is, right now the price is going to go up, but right now my course only costs $35 a month. So you use the course as long as you need it. So when you no longer want to use my course, you simply go to your PayPal account and you cancel your subscription with my course. So even if you use my course for 6 months, which would probably be beneficial for you, you're only looking at about $250. It's not very expensive at all. So I can actually save you a lot of money. But here's a trick. You have to be pretty good at being an independent learner. If you study on the internet and you take online courses, you have to be pretty motivated. But based on your email, you look pretty serious. I mean, you're like, help, Michael. I mean, you seem like you're really determined to pass this test, right? Okay, so let's go to your next question. I want to know, are the lessons recorded or live? All of my lessons are recorded. So you do not have to meet with me face to face at a particular time. So I think I've answered that question. My lessons will be either video or PDF files, or they'll be directly at the web page where you're at. So either you read my lessons or you watch videos for my lessons. And then, with the exception, I think, of the vocabulary, grammar, reading, and listening practice tests, when you're completing the pronunciation, when you complete my pronunciation, speaking, and writing practice tests, I will give you comments either by video, by audio, or by written comments. So, for example, yesterday I had one of my students complete a writing practice test, and then today I will read that test, give him a score, and give some comments, and then email the student that information so he can see what his score is, what problems he's having, and how to get better. So my lessons I have, it's called the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, because I'm focusing on the 7 different areas of your academic English language proficiency, namely vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar. Those are your 3 key areas. Areas that you need to focus on right now. You really do. And this is going to help you in your overall score. And then I have the listening, reading, writing, and speaking areas. So in all, incredibly, I have about 530 lessons right now today in those 7 different areas. So basically, the longer you use my course, the more lessons you study, the more things you learn, the higher your TOEFL score. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it works. So for you, if I make recommendations right now, so based on your score, which is 68, and based on your goal of 85, I think you'll probably need to study my course, I'm going to say approximately 2 to 3 months based on what your goals are right now. Now, what's very important for you is vocabulary. I have 1,700 TOEFL words at my online course, and that's your first step. You want to make sure you learn all the words in my vocabulary section of my course, because once you have that vocabulary, then it's much easier for you when you're reading or when you're listening or when you have to speak or write about academic type topics. You have the vocabulary that's going to help you do that. All right? So with the reading area, if I gave you some basic tips about reading, I would say this. There's really about 5 different things that you have to do to really improve your reading proficiency that will make a difference in getting your reading score better than 15. If you want to get it closer to 20 or 22, here's what you have to do. Number 1 is study vocabulary, obviously. You have to learn a lot of words and then be able to recognize those words in reading passages. Now, number 2 is you want to practice reading extensively, about 45 minutes every day for approximately 6 months. So if you're reading every day, you might be reading newspapers, magazines, even longer books. If you're doing this on a week-to-week basis, a month-to-month basis, you will begin to concentrate and think better in English. So that's number 2. Now, number 3 is you need to work on increasing your reading speed with about 80% comprehension. Now, your goal is to increase your reading speed to about 300 words a minute, and you get about 80% comprehension of what you're reading. That's going to be very useful for you for the TOEFL, and also when you become a graduate student and you're getting your Ph.D. program in pharmacy. Now, so far we've covered vocabulary, reading extensively, and speed reading. Now we want to talk about, you need to learn, the 4th thing is to become aware of the different reading question types and the strategies for answering them. This is also very important for you. And then finally, the 5th thing that you have to do in order to do really well on the TOEFL is practice tests. You need to take some reading practice tests and then have them scored and then go over those answers and see which answer you picked, if it was wrong, why is it wrong, and then why is the best answer better than your choice. This is called analysis. And of course, as you're going through, as you review your reading practice test, your TOEFL reading practice test, you also need to go back and think about the strategies. What type of question is it? And what strategies are you using to answer that question? And as you review that, you'll do much better. Now, unfortunately, many students, what they do is they go immediately to number 5. They start taking a lot of reading practice tests, but they don't really have the vocabulary. They haven't been reading extensively. They don't have a good reading speed, and on and on and on. And they're trying to do just the 5th thing without having done steps 1 through 4. So if you do steps 1 through 4 and then you complete that 5th step, you will find, I promise you, Marwa, some very big improvements in your reading proficiency. Now, in addition to improving your reading, you also can do some things to improve your listening. Now, like the reading, you also need extensive practice with authentic listening materials. Now, what that means to you is you want to take time each day to watch movies. You can maybe watch 1 movie a day, 7 movies a week. Each movie's 2 hours. Wow, that's 14 hours of listening of conversational English. Think about all the grammar, all the vocabulary, all the idioms. Think about everything you can learn just from that one thing. Really, right? Now, in addition to watching movies, you can watch news and documentary programs also, and that's also going to help make your ears faster. It's going to help you get used to our pronunciation of English and a few other things. So I think a regular routine of practicing with authentic reading and listening materials is going to help you make improvements. And then also, you should begin going through the different steps of my online course. For you, I would recommend the following. Month number 1, I would focus only in the vocabulary, pronunciation, and the grammar parts of my course. That's it. That's the first 30 days. Make sure you learn the words. Make sure you don't have any major pronunciation problems, and you go through those lessons and then work on all the grammar parts of my course. And that's going to give you the foundation. Now, in the second month, you can focus more in the reading and the listening areas. And then in your third month that you use my course, you can focus in the speaking and the writing parts of my course. So that would probably be some fairly good suggestions to get you going in the right direction. Now, I know you're sad, but remember, if you prepare and you study hard, you can make improvements with your TOEFL. It is possible. People do it every day. They do reach higher scores. Now, I think in the beginning of the video, I think for you, I would not take the test on January 18th. You probably have not had enough time to meaningfully solve the language problems that you need to solve in order to get better. Now, of course, I'm just giving you my suggestions. You can do whatever you want. I'm just giving you my professional suggestions as a TOEFL teacher. I've been teaching TOEFL now since 1994, and also I'm an English professor at California State University, San Bernardino. So I have a pretty good idea of what you can do and how long it will take you to do those things. But the main thing is you have to have the desire from your own heart to get better. Now, if you follow my suggestions, they're not easy. But what I said in this video will help you solve your problems. Unfortunately, you cannot solve all these problems by January 18th. That's only 10 days from now. That's not enough time. But you can solve your problems over a period of a few months. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, thank you again for your comments. I hope this video helps you. And hold your head up. Be happy. Just get ready to work hard, and you will reach your TOEFL dreams. I promise you.